Okay, so in this video, I'm going to try a different method of video recording and audio recording. Last time I just kind of kept recording myself in little chunks and then cutting out little bits. And I did that because I have a condition where my voice suddenly changes, and I didn't know how appealing that would be. But at the same time, I came off as very, very wooden. So I'm going about this in a different direction, and I don't have a script. I don't have a real. I'm not going to be doing any kind of real editing, I don't think. And I'm going to try doing this in one shot. It's about a 7-minute video, so let's see. Okay, so I'm drawing a character, or at least a wee chibi version of this character. This character's name is Gellarda. This character isn't from any TV show. It's not from any video game, but it's also not really my own original character either. I used to do something quite often called LARPing, which stands for live action role playing. And Gellarda comes from this LARP. She wasn't my personal character or PC that I would play. Instead, she was a character that a friend of mine made up. Here's where my voice starts to change. A friend of mine made up this character for an Instamod. An Instamod is basically a random interaction that you find on your journey. You could fight something, you could get a special reward, or you could just find a dead rabbit and have to cook it up. But anyways, explain a little more about what LARP is. As I said, it's live action role playing. Basically, it's Dungeons and Dragons without the dice. So you have your stats, you have sometimes, if it's a full contact role LARP, which this particular LARP was, you would have your weapons, you would have your packets, which are little bird seed filled pieces of fabric that we use to represent spell casting. And yeah, you just go in and just play the game. When a combat arose, you'd use the battle system. In any case, so Gellarda, back to the character I'm drawing. I finished her outline here, and now I'm saving her and putting her into Photoshop to color her in. Now Gellarda, as I said, was an NPC created by one of my friends, and he kind of had the vision of the basically Disney princess stereotype. So she was batshit crazy. I'm not even kidding. Like, she's a good person. She followed the deity of Galena, who is basically the deity of aspirations, traveling, and general good fortune. But she had an ultimate dream to be found by a Prince Charming. So in the Instamod, people stumbled across her and found her asleep in the woods. And I remember my friend, like at the time I didn't have very long hair, so we had a wig on, and I'm lying down in the leaves because it's fall time, and he's like, wait, let's just spread out your hair a little bit more, make you look a little bit more like flowy and ridiculous looking. I swear to God, if he had a bucket of glitter, he would have just dumped it on me right then and there. Like, the character I had my eyes closed and I was pretending to be asleep, and the character was pretending to be asleep. But when the people approached, they looked and thought that she was actually asleep, which is a reasonable conclusion, right? And she was not going to move until Prince Charming kissed her and awoke her. Now, what was supposed to happen was, when they told her, no, sorry, we're not a prince, she'd go, oh, I'm sad to hear that. Here are some magic items, or not magic items, but like magic abilities and buffs, and just kind of go on their day. It was just supposed to be an entertaining interaction. But what happened instead was, one of my other friends who was playing the game that time, he played a character that was not familiar with human mythology such as this. He was playing a wolven character. So when he saw her, basically half dead in the woods, he's just like, what should we do? Like, just leave her? Like, what do we do with her? And somebody suggested, maybe she's under a spell. Give her a kiss and wake her up. And this wolven is just like, all right. And because we were friends, we weren't really uncomfortable with that kind of physical interaction. So at first he just kisses, I think it was my hand or something. And I decide, okay, that's enough. I'm not going to force him to do something that makes him uncomfortable. And I start to slowly flutter my eyes and move a little bit. But they don't notice because there's so many fucking leaves around me. Thanks, by the way, Rob. So they're going, no, you can't just kiss her anywhere. You have to kiss her on the lips. And he goes, oh, okay. So he goes, and he gives me a little peck on the lips, and I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta move a little fucking faster now. So I flutter my eyes open, and I sit up, and I yawn, and I look over at him, and he's like, and his character's just bewildered as to what's happening. And I smile, and I'm like, oh, are you my prince? Now, my friend, he knows the song and dance, but he's playing a character that doesn't. So the character gets just flabbergasted, doesn't know what to say, and goes, yes? And now I'm flabbergasted, and I don't know what to do, because that wasn't in the script. That wasn't one of the possible outcomes. So I just throw my arms around him and try to just put all my mouth onto his mouth. And he is a sweaty man, and he's got all this makeup on. So, I mean, he pulls away and stuff because I kind of surprised him and everything, right? So, you think logically, the other people with him would say to me, no, he's not actually a prince. He's just a regular guy. Sorry about that. No, they decided that today was going to be Mess with Bardolph Day. And just go along with it. Like, they brought me back into what we called Outpost. And people were treating him like a bloody prince. And it was driving him nuts because my character was getting all excited and was like planning the wedding and was just racking up all the money, all the funds, and eventually left. And he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to say because he didn't want to really ruin my day, or Gelarda's day in that case. So it was just so funny watching everybody just go along with it and see the rage and the hatred in his eyes whenever I glanced over. Because my character didn't look at him all that much. She had already found her prince. Now she was happy to be a princess. But the story doesn't really end there. I'm not sure how much more I should say, because a lot of these kinds of things are considered, well, confidential? That's not a right word. Anyways, I'm going to call it okay, because both of these characters are gone now, and learning about them isn't really going to spoil anything for anything else, because what happened afterwards is the Wolven character, my friend, told her at a later date, much later date, I'm sorry, no, I'm not a prince, but I will, try to pay and refund you for everything that you've paid for. Because she was ready. Like, she was planning the wedding. She was buying flowers. She was buying furniture. She was doing everything. And I pull a random number out of my ass. I forget what it was, but it was an obscene amount. And he's just like, oh, crap, that's a lot. All right, here you go. And he just pays for it. He just had the obscene amount of money. I hadn't even done any calculations myself, because I'm like, oh, we're going to be talking about this again. Okay. Because I was totally willing just to kind of go talk to him and out a game and be like, okay, it wasn't actually that much. It was actually this much. But no, he's just like, here, there we go. All done. Got it. So, I'm like, what fucking underground government mafia bullshit do you have going on in game that I don't know about? But the two of them actually started becoming really close and really good friends. And Gellarda, because, well, she had all this crap with nothing to do with, so she decided to open a pizza place called Providence Pizza. If some of the older members who happen to come in from this particular LARP, they'll know what this is, because this is their excuse to order pizza while playing LARP. So she had Providence Pizza, and not a whole lot of shenanigans came out of that. Just she was just a funny, like, she, like if I could sing well, I would have had her just sing all of her lines and just had like hidden like 10 birds in my chest and just had them kind of come out at random intervals, just to be like, yeah, I'm the Disney princess that sings and all the animals come to me. I kind of wish I had that ability. But anyways, but my friend, the Wolven, he decides he's kind of finished with his character, and he's going to what's called retire the character, which means the character is no longer going to be playable, but he still gets some of the invested experience points that he's put into the character to use on another character. So before he goes, he decides, you know what, I've became really good friends with this Gellarda person. Let me offer to take her with me, because this Wolven wasn't just gonna move to the next town or anything. No. He's too fucking special for that. Fucking fucko. I don't know how to describe it, but basically he was going to an alternate dimension, basically, where the spirits and nature kind of live together in harmony. You know the ending scene, for those of you that have seen the ending of Korra, that very last scene, not to spoil for anybody else who hasn't seen it, but you know that scene? That's basically what happened with the two of them. They just spirit realmed away. But yeah, that's my spiel of the fun but relatively unimportant Gellarda, other than her contribution to bringing pizza to Outpost. Thanks, Gellarda! If you like this, and I hope you did, like, possibly subscribe. I hope to make more videos like this. The finished piece should be on either my DeviantArt or my Instagram, so you can check out those to get the piece. And if you're if you also LARP, leave a comment below and tell me which LARP, and maybe give me one of your fun experiences. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.